Hi, I'm Nag Ashwin, and today we're going to do behind the scenes of my new movie, Kalki 289880.
ఇంతవరకు ఒక్క ఫైట్ కూడా ఓడిపోలేదు. ఇది కూడా ఓడిపోను.
How would you explain the world of Kalki 289880 to audiences around the world?
Kalki is set about 800 years in the future in the year 289880, and it's set predominantly in India in a city called Kashi, which in our history is known to be the birthplace of civilization. And right now in this story is the last place where humanity sort of gathered and the last habitable place on earth.
Which day was the most challenging while creating Kalki 289880?
I think a lot of times we were trying to attempt something that was way more than what we were prepared for, in a way. Whether it's the scale of the crowds, maybe even the complexity of VFX that we had to do. Every day had its own set of challenges. It was just constantly the team, the art team, the lighting team, everyone sort of being on their toes and supporting the film, and that's why it became what it is.
Was there one scene you enjoyed shooting the most?
I definitely enjoyed shooting the scenes with Prabhas and Brahmanandam a lot. I think Brahmanandam is a very iconic Telugu actor. He's acted in more than 1,000 films. He's a comedic personality. And I think the scenes with him and Prabhas were something I really enjoyed shooting. And I think a lot of the scenes, even with Annabelle, like Kyra's character in the film, were a lot of fun for me.
What surprised you the most when working with Amitabh Bachchan?
I think with Bachchan sir, it was completely us trying to hold him back. Like basically he was more than happy to do more than the required amount of stunts that we needed him to, and every time that he had to face off with Prabhas was something that we were all wondering if we were actually witnessing this, just the biggest action star of our generation versus the biggest action star of Indian cinema, both fighting it out.
What do you enjoy most about working with Prabhas?
I think the best part about working with Prabhas is just the ease at which he puts you in. Like you might be rushing against time, there might be pressure about a certain scene or a schedule or everything. But when he comes on set and once he starts getting into the scene, he just is so relaxed and he just makes you feel that, it's just important to be here now and do it. He gives you that sort of confidence, and I think maybe as somebody who was just doing his third film, I think I needed that reassurance once in a while.
Which cameo was your personal favorite in the movie?
My favorite cameo, I think it's definitely both the directors. I think it's both RGV sir and Rajmouli sir. They're both favorites, and both of them come at a time where you least expect them.
What was your process of shortlisting actors?
For the most part, it was purely for the character. Like whoever we felt made sense for that particular character, the way it was written in the script, it was purely that. For a cameo like say Mrunal, even any other actor that we would cast in that role, we would expect a good performance from that person, and Mrunal's a great performer.
What's in store for Kamal Haasan's character in the upcoming parts?
Kamal sir or Supreme Yaskin is probably one of my most favorite characters in the film, and it'll only get enhanced maybe tenfold with Kamal sir's inputs and the way he will interpret the character. The final scene where Kamal sir has to raise the bow, he decided to hold a certain pose, which was not my input, it was completely his idea, and that certain pose just made that entire scene so much more powerful. Can't wait for the whole thing to come to life in part 2 and for all of us to see the full story of Supreme Yaskin.
What did Deepika Padukone uniquely bring to her role of Sumati?
There's a certain amount of grace and depth that Deepika generally brings to any characters that she plays. Like I think even at the very beginning, I felt that Sumati, though, feels a bit straightforward and like someone who doesn't have as much agency as compared to the other characters. It's very hard to pull that character off because the entire story surrounds her. And Deepika just very gracefully pulled that entire character off, doing exactly what the scene demanded of her.
What's the feedback you have received after Kalki's release?
People are thanking us for making this, and we're saying that you made us proud, or like our generation or our country also. Sometimes it just feels very overwhelming, but like our generation has like a movie that we can hold up and say that, you know, here we have something as well to the things that we've admired from the West.
Did you study any movies to create the spice punk aesthetic?
I don't know if there are movies that have sort of tried to achieve that aesthetic. I think we were in that situation where we had to achieve or create it. And it's fully credit to our production designer Nitin Ziani and our costume designer Archana, who both came together along with all our concept artists who just mishmashed a lot of references and a lot of trial and error to find something that was our own language.
Do you use IMDb?
Yeah, I think we all use IMDb to check up on cast, crew, everybody. It's become pretty much a part of everyone's, mostly every filmmaker's or audience's palette. It was great fun having this talk with IMDb, and please watch Kalki in theaters.